Sam Cohen!
What's up, guys? All right, yeah. So, I live with my parents, and they're getting old. Take my mom. She used to be one of those free-spirited hippies who dances like no one's watching. But now, she drives like no one's watching. Like, I was riding in the car with her when she was frantically racing to make the early bird special at Denny's. She was speeding like a NASCAR driver. She goes, "You better buckle up, baby, because it's time to put the pedal to the metal. Red lights are for pussies." I must have been nuts to tell that story to our Geico agent. And my dad is also starting to lose his marbles. Like today, he flipped out because he couldn't work the remote for our TV in the kitchen. He goes, "This remote is a piece of shit. Why won't it turn on the fucking TV?" I said, "Yeah, it's a real mystery, Dad. Maybe it's because you're pointing the remote at the toaster oven." Makes me grateful I was ever born. I mean, my dad has such terrible aim. God knows how he got my mom pregnant. Thanks, sir. And my parents are concerned about me too, because I smoke a lot of weed. They're always nagging me. You know, we're afraid that after we die, you'll spend your entire inheritance on weed. I'm like, come on. I have to be a total idiot to spend all my money on weed. How would I pay for the snacks? They're also worried I won't be able to support myself. I have a hard time keeping a job because I have Asperger's syndrome, which is a social disorder. So for me, talking to people is about as much fun as walking on hot coals. Like, I had a 9-to-5 office job. Every day I had to constantly engage in social banter with my coworkers. It was torture. And to top it off, I only got a 30-minute lunch break, which I spent calling the suicide hotline. They knew me so well, one day I didn't call because I was out sick, so they called me. I was like, "Hello?" The guy goes, "Oh, thank God, we were praying you were still alive." "Hey guys, I told you he wouldn't kill himself. I won the bet. You owe me $50. Then for a while, I worked at Dunkin' Donuts. You wouldn't believe some of these customers. Like this one lady reaches over the counter, shoves a Boston cream in my face, and goes, "Give me a donut just like this, but with half the calories." I said, "I'll get right on it." So I ate half the donut and handed it back to her. She goes, "I ain't giving you a tip." I said, "That's okay. In fact, I'll give you a tip. Try Ozempic." So since I suck with people, I tried dog walking. I took a poodle to the park, got back to the owner. I said, "This dog is adorable. She could win a beauty contest." He goes, "Actually, it's a he." I said, "Sorry, I have ADD. I must have missed that detail." He goes, "ADD my ass. If you couldn't see my dog's penis, you need to go to an eye doctor." I said, "That'd be a start. But you know what would really help me out? If your dog had a bigger penis." And it's not just jobs. I even suck at interviews. Like one guy asked me, "Have you ever served in the military?" I said, "You know, I tried to join the Army, but they rejected me because I was in special ed in high school." I said, "Fine by me. Who needs the Army? I got my own helmet." Then he asked me, "So what's your greatest strength?" I said, "Well, I hate to brag, but I have the most brilliant way of dealing with anything that gets too challenging for me. I just give up." Then he goes, so do you have any special skills? I said, yeah, I have a particular gift for losing my temper. He goes, bullshit. If you have such an explosive temper, prove it. I said, what do I look like, a trained monkey? And then I kicked him in the balls. He goes, motherfucker! Now that's the kind of aggressiveness it takes to be an auditor for the IRS. You're hired. Thank you very much. You've been great.